Hello everyone, Corn here and welcome to my channel. Today I thought maybe we'd do a little crafting together. I'm working on Halloween cards and I've only made one gate card before, and that was for my last project. I made a blue and pink journal, and then I did a gate card which is very girly girl to go with that. And doing Halloween ones though this time, and you don't always have to include a ribbon or lace to close them, but I did on this one, and I plan on adding more goodies in here. You can write on the inside of the gate, each of the gates, or you can put another little tuck spot and add more goodies there, or maybe a little tuck spot and then fold up a little letter to place inside. And I thought maybe we'd work on some together. I've done others, but I thought we would I'd do a project share on the other ones. And so I thought we'd do one of these together this time. So, let's get started. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you can see me because now I'm seated and I can't see what you are seeing. But I've already cut a lot of some of this up because it takes me a long time to craft, and I know that we see the analytics on our videos, and a lot of times you all just kind of skim through because I just take so long. So but I will go through it with you, what I've done. So with the gate card, you're going to cut your, I went ahead and wrote this out. You're going to cut your paper 5 1/8 by 8 1/2. That's going to be the card size. Then score it on each side 2 1/8. Then the panels to cover each side is 1 7/8 by 4 7/8. And so just to go through that with you, because I have some more paper here, we can do that real quick. Although we're not going to be doing, we're just going to be doing the cutting and I love this paper. You see this side, and then look at that deep, deep purple. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. And I thought we would go ahead and try to make some room here. As you see, I've got a lot of washi and stickles and ink and everything all around me. That's how I craft. I put everything all around me. So the 8 1/2, or I can actually, maybe I should do the 5 1/8. There we go. Hold on. Make sure it's straight. And then we're going to do 8 1/2. Okay. And then we're going to get out our scoreboard. And I always put mine sideways because I don't have room to put it down like I should, and I kept my foam folder out. And then you're going to go ahead and score it at 2 1/8. And as most of you know, if I've got really nice cardstock, I do it more than once. And then I just flip it and do it at 2 1/8 again. These cards are like I said, a little bit different for me, and I just think they're so cute. I really, really like them. I think they're darling. And so then you come here and make sure, hopefully it stays down nicely. Okay, so when you open it, that beautiful, or you could go the other way since it's double-sided. And that's really all there is to it. You can see my paper cutter did not do a beautiful job at the top of that. And what you can do, if you have, you can either cut it with your scissors, or I have a guillotine paper cutter that I love, and that's what I will do to make that pretty, you know. And these fit in, you know, you can make your own envelope, or you can use the, you know. I do need to tell you all what happened with, remember the cards that I did, what I call my summer cards, with the watermelons and the little beach bag and the swimsuit and everything that I did? Out of all the ones I sent, only 2 made them to their destination. And the other ones, I'm really not sure if they made them at all. What happened was Ashley G, who's, I will list her channel below. She's very nice, and she has such a darling daughter. And she received hers quite late, and she received, not only was the envelope torn, but the card itself, if you go and see the video, the card itself is ripped through. I have put on there, as you all know, especially card makers, and especially if you add goodies inside, there are non-machinable stamps. They cost a little extra, but they're not supposed to put them through that machine. And I did have that on it, but because I had put quite a few things inside, it was over an ounce. So I also put extra postage on it. So it had a lot of, you know, it was very, very ready to go and not through the machine. I also put on the front of the envelope, now I'm going to put it on the back too, and probably on the sides, non-machinable. Well, you can tell when they run it through the machine, because a lot of times if you have something in here, when they put it through the machine, it will imprint here. And I've seen them do that to quite a few of my cards that have those stamps on them. That makes me angry, because it would be different if I, you know, tried to get over, or didn't do the right thing, or didn't buy the correct stamps, or have the correct postage, or what have you. So it was it really made me mad that they keep ignoring it. And probably the other ones that never made it to their destinations were probably destroyed also, to the point where they wouldn't even deliver them. They had taped up the envelope, you know, to get it to Ashley, but I just, when I get mad, I've always said, if Corn gets mad, just run, because it takes a lot to get me mad. But if I do get angry, I suppress it. I know it's not healthy to suppress it, but I suppress it because I'm afraid I'm going to say something that I'll regret later and then feel guilty about forever. So when I show you flat mail, when I give you suggestions for flat mail, please always realize that the post office, you know, once it leaves your hands, it's in theirs, and they don't always step up. So I just wanted to tell you all that. So I told Handsome, once I saw the videos, and I came up and I said, she finally got it after, it's over 3 weeks, I think. She's finally gotten it, And I said, and they ripped it, even ripped the card in it. They just ripped the daylights out of it. And he said, honey, Tyvek. And I was like, Tyvek? What are you talking about, Tyvek? And he said, they can't rip it if it's Tyvek. And I said, oh my goodness, I wouldn't even know what that was except for Judy, who is Judy. Her channel is the Scrapbook Loft. She crafts with Tyvek. And so I wouldn't even know what that was if she hadn't told us. So they're expensive, though. They're not cheap, but I think it's an investment for my peace of mind. They might lose it anyway, but at least I can say correct postage, correct envelope, you know, because don't try to destroy this work, you know what I mean? So there's my little corn triad. Sorry, I can't get over. And they've lost stuff of mine before. They've put things through the machine before. They've done all this before. So, and I did have someone was helping me at the post office. This is way before the pandemic. And I was asking certain questions about how to make sure it got to its destination safely, that this is a handmade card. The other person working with her did not hear me say that, and she said, oh God, I hate those handmade cards. They have all those little lumps and bumps in them. And I just stood there and looked at her, and she was like, I said, this is handmade. She was like, oh, okay. And she just walked away. She's like, oops. But, you know, I keep trying to be able to get it to the recipient safe and sound, and I'm still having troubles with that. But hopefully, with the Tyvek, hopefully it will get there safe and sound. Found the envelopes. We're still debating on which ones to get because they come in different sizes. But we found some on Amazon. Okay, now I'm sure everybody's scooted through this, but now not everybody, but quite a few. Now we'll get to going. So we've made this one, but I've already made this one, and this is the Tim Holtz core paper. Remember when he did this so that if you tear it, you get the craft core to it. So, and what I found, I don't have tons of Halloween stuff because I found that I used it mostly. And what I found when I was looking through paper pads and stuff is I did get a graphic 45. There it is. And y'all probably say, oh, that was out a couple of years ago. I'd forgotten I even had it, y'all. And it's for the holidays. I think it's called Calendar or something like that. And it's precious, as you see. It's absolutely, look at these darling children. And it says things like the squalling cat and the squeaking mouse, the howling dog by the door or the house, the best, oh, excuse me, wait a minute, the bat that lies in bed at noon, all love to be out by the light of the moon. Ooh. And just it says things like pumpkin, black cat, jack-o'-lantern, witch hat, bats. It's just really darling, and it's two-sided. I had some cut aparts, and it's just the two pieces, you know, because it was other holidays in it also. So super tickled to find it. So I've already, I already cut my pieces for the gate, and then I went around them and distress ink in the wilted violet. And then I added these two strips of the cut aparts that were given with the graphic 45, so that these go on either side. And then, excuse me, excuse me, my allergies are going cuckoo. And then this is what the piece that's going to go in the middle. And then I'm going to have to close this. If they don't stay closed for you, I have some that don't need anything. They're happy as could be staying closed. but sometimes the paper is like new. You can either put the lace around like I did, or you can put, let me show you another one. I won't open it up, but I'll show you. Let's see. Well, there it is. This one. You can also put like a die cut or a punch and up on a little bit of foam, and then it will just hook right in there. So you can also do that to close them. Well, you all are so creative. You know, I don't need to tell y'all. But anywho, so let's get this going. And sometimes I look at it first and I'm like, do I need to, or do I even want to do some inking around it with my orange. That is the Hampton Art, the little mini one. And it doesn't have a name though. No. And so sometimes I think, do I want to go around it? But I don't think so. I think I like it like it is. I think we'll put that back. And for me, it's just a matter of, eyeballing it the best I can, but I do use the Fabri-Tac. That's another question I have for you all. When I do my craft with me, y'all, does it seem like I'm doing a live without y'all being able to comment? Because sometimes I think that way. I think because I tell y'all stuff, then I ask y'all stuff. And but a lot of people, when they do their cards, use this little dot runner. I think that's what they call it. I don't know because I don't use it. I've had quite a few different makes of this, and they just go boom, boom, and then stick it on there. And sometimes they take it off and place it, replace it, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty sweet. But for me, I did a test. I had, this is the sticky thumb. There were some other ones too that I did on just scraps of paper, because I thought it's coming off so easily. And I've received cards where the panels did come off. It just came off. I don't know if it was because of the heat, it was the summer, or what have you. Do you all know, I don't want the big one, the big, huge one, because as you all have seen my craft room, I don't have room for it. But one this size, if you all could recommend one that is really good and it stays, you don't have to worry about your card. I would love to know, because it just looks so, they just go zit, zit. Sometimes boom, boom, sometimes not. And I'm like, wow. But my two, the sticky thumb and the other, mine two didn't stay. They, the next day I was all excited about my little test, and I could take them off easy as pie. My Fabri-Tac's getting low. You notice that it gets a ball of glue at the top. I'm not sure why, because I keep opening it to thinking maybe air is trapped in there or something, but I'm not seeing any. It's funny, isn't it, how some people love a certain glue and others are like, I wouldn't use that if you paid me. We all have our favorites, don't we? And for me, as you all know, I just love me some Fabri-Tac. I do. Because it lets me, if I don't have it straight, it lets me do it. It gives me that time. And I know that makes a terrible noise, and if you have earbuds on, I apologize. That's not a lot of fun. One of these days, Donna asked me if I wanted to do some lives with her, and I've done 2, but I think I told y'all Mighty laughed because Mighty asked if I was going to do any lives and on Judy's live, and I said, I don't think so, because I won't craft. All I want to do is see what everybody's saying. No, really. It fascinates me to be part of, you know, the comments section. So I was like, I doubt it, but Handsome had to help me with that. And he was reading, you know, because I wasn't really crafting because I had to be downstairs. Now see, this is not going where it's supposed to go. Because see, I'm not concentrating, I'm yapping. There we go. I did get a little glue on that though. Let me try to get that off. Yeah, I have a tendency to just really love seeing what everybody's saying, you know? And then I don't do anything. I just read the comments, and I also read them, like when I was with Donna, read them to Donna. Oh, Donna, she asked about this, or she wanted to know that, or she said and I don't do what I'm supposed to do, you know? So, here is what we want to put in the middle. And as you all already know, you're going to glue it on one side only. It's up to you if you want to do it on the left or the right. I've done it on both. So, but I'm thinking I will probably glue it on the left side. And I need to put some lace down because, as you see, this doesn't want to stay down. And you can put, like I said, if you do the little die cut or the punch and then put it on foam, you can put it here, 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 wherever, you know, right there would hold it also, because your glue's going to hold it on this side. But whatever you want. It's cute to put another little pumpkin here if you have it, and just make sure this goes under it, you know. That's why the foam. But I think I'm going to do glue, I believe. Glue. Oh boy. Yes, I'm going to do glue, but I think I'm going to do some lace. And I have this one. I got this on Amazon. I have this one, but I also have, let's see, which one do I want? I also have this one. I've been using this one on the tags, and because it's so light, so I think I'm going to go that route too. I also have this one. That might be pretty with the little girl, mightn't it? Yeah, let's do this one. Because this is such a sweet, these designs are just so sweet, aren't they? Okay. And I try not to waste, you know, lace ever. That's why I have tiny pieces like this right over there, because I'll use them in an embellishment or something. But because I usually go, I'd rather go too long than too short. You know what I mean? Don't want to go too short. So I'm going to cut this here. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to stay, but like in frame. But as you see, also, I'm one who, when I do projects, I have a tendency to put everything around me, you know? And I don't have a massive desk to begin with. Now, you can go ahead and put double-sided tape here or glue it down with your Fabri-Tac here. But I have a tendency to glue it onto my, actually I have a tendency to put it like so, and then, let's see, is that even? And then glue my piece down. So Let's see. Is that kind of in the middle? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like so. In case you're wondering, I was counting the squares. Then I have to tell myself, don't go over this. Don't go over that one. Okay, so don't go to the middle of her sweet little blonde hairdo. Okay. I put quite a bit through since we're also trying to hold down lace. And then she'll go right about here. Then I'm going to hold that down since I want that baby to stay. And yes, since it is going over lace, you can also, got a little glue on there, you can also put foam, like very thin foam here and here, if that would make you feel better. And see, then it's going to stay shut for us. It's not dry yet because I put so much on it. You know, it's like, you have to stay. Okay. Then, like I said, you can do a pocket, you can do pockets, you can do tuck spots. Have so much fun with the inside of this. What I usually do is just place my lace over there to one side, and on the inside of this, I thought this would make a great pocket. So cute. And but what do I want there? See, that's the other thing. I have to be, because I have another card I want to do with this. So I'm wondering if I go, let me see what dimensions we need. I've forgotten. I've done several already, but I didn't write it down, the size of my pockets. So I'm going to do a 3 3/4 by 2.5 pocket. So let's see, what do I want on that though? Do I want this centered? Or am I okay with this precious little one? And then that would only give us, let's see what's going to happen, y'all. And this is what's so fun about stuff like this is I'm just not sure. Let me see something here. Now, to get them in there in 3 3/4. I've got to cut the man in the moon. Unless I go like, oh no, No matter what, I'm going to have to cut him. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 inches on this side. That should, or do I need less? Maybe 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. And I can make, especially since it's double-sided, I can make some tags with that. Then, hopefully, our 3 3/4 will give me what I want. Yes, because you can still see the man in the moon. Yay! I want that man in the moon. Then I can also make tags out of that. So, and then I said 2.5, right? I think that's what I've been doing with the other pockets. Or did I do 2 3/4? Let's see. With that image, it's such a sweet image. And I'm going to do another one for the other one. Oh, to have this little one would be so cute. Let's do that. Let's cut this part off because I like this saying here too for a pocket. That's awfully sweet. I will save that. And then we'll do, because 2.5 gives us here. That gives us, that gives us that darling baby. And I will save that. Okay. I know that takes more time, but to get that done makes me happy. Then I have a 1-inch circle punch, and I'm going to use this one on that. Or should I use this one with the little boy? So cute. Yeah, because we've got the little girl on the front. I can do the little boy. Okay, and as you all know, I don't know the center of things unless I mark them. Oh, my saying. Oh, well. My saying is going to get cut a little, but oh, well. Oh, well. I can hardly see that mark, so here's hoping. So how are you all doing? Are you all doing Halloween things? I think I was telling Handsome, I said, you know, I usually love Halloween, but with the pandemic and everything, and, you know, they're going to advise the children, do not go door to door, and it makes sense with everything going on. I'm going to go around just a little bit with wilted violet. That they're, you know, they're going to tell the children don't, or I guess you can wear a mask, and then you wear a mask when you answer the door. And I told Handsome, you know, I've been in for 7 months because I'm high risk, and I said, you know, I don't think I should do that this year. And he said, no, you definitely should not do it this year, 100%. And he said we shouldn't do it and the children shouldn't be out. There was a time in my life when I couldn't be home on Halloween that I said, please use the honor system and take just one. And I was told by my neighbors that I think the 3rd children that came by took everything, put it in their bag, and took off. Because part of me thinks the honor system, but yeah, we know how that goes. Okay. But Halloween to me was sweet. I grew up in a small town in a neighborhood, and there was a lady in our neighborhood who was so tough. I mean, tough. She didn't put up with any nonsense whatsoever from us children in the neighborhood, and we always mind our P's and Q's around her. Well, around all the adults, to be honest, but especially her, because we were a little bit afraid of her, to be blunt and honest. And bless her heart, though, when it came to Halloween, she actually made every child in the neighborhood a caramel apple. And I'm not talking about this little, I'm talking about this huge caramel apple. And, you know, the parents of all of us just would smile and say how sweet it was. And we were in awe. I mean, we just could not believe, this is art glitter glue, by the way, that she did that for us every year until she got ill. That's what she was doing for every child in the neighborhood, these huge caramel apples. And they were delicious, you all. Absolutely. We could hardly wait. The other candy was exciting, but we, you know, most of our parents didn't make caramel apples. So it was like the biggest treat ever. So I have wonderful memories of Halloween, and I might have told y'all this one before also. Our minister lived in the same area as us, so we went to his house trick-or-treating. And one Saturday night, it was Halloween, and we went to church the next day, the next morning, and he was so sweet. Before he delivered his sermon, he said, you know, he said, I saw some pretty scary things last night. Very scary, you know, and dressed so nicely. They came to my house, and he said, and here they sit looking so beautiful this morning. And all of us kids we were blushing. We put our hand, but we absolutely loved it that he said that, you know. So my Halloween stuff, my Halloween memories are so sweet, but with everything going on this year, I told Handsome, I said, I'm not getting into it like I normally do. And he said, makes sense, because they're going to tell us not to get into it like we normally do this year, you know? So when it comes to putting stuff in, like I said, you can put, I've got some things here that aren't in the other cards yet. I haven't put ribbon or lace in that yet, but you can put little tags, but you have to, here's the other thing, I went kind of high on this, so they're going to have to be short. This fits in my other ones because they went low, but this would fit like here, you know. This is too long. This I made to go into, I think it's called slimline cards, I think. And I'm going to do those probably next week. We'll make some of those together. I've done one, and this goes in that. And I thought y'all might get a kick out of the spider. Has a bow, you know, because that Spidey's working it, you know what I'm saying? And then this skeleton is just there. But this one says, I am king of all the skeletons. And has a crown. And a crown isn't fitting his skull right because, you know, he's lost all of his gorgeous hair and fleshy parts. So that's why the crown doesn't fit properly. And I don't know if you can see. And then we have a little kitty cat here. Little purple kitty cat there. But yeah, you can fill these with goodies. Like I said, this is too long. But, and also ephemera can go inside. You can tuck them in, and then you can put your little stickers on one side, and then, you know, ephemera on the other. And since this is so gorgeous, I don't think it needs decorating. I would leave it alone, but you can also decorate the front of your pocket. Again, you can put a tuck spot here and here like this. Just like, I hope that's not too bright because it is metallic orange. Here, and just glue here, and then just tuck, you know, another little something here. You know, there's, as you all know, you all are creative. You know exactly what you want to send. But I thought you might want to do one with me. And so we did this one together. I'll redo it, like I said, put goodies in just for it. And I will cut the lace ends. I usually do that with pink and shears. And I guess I have to do a little tighter for it to want to stay down properly. Or you can also do it in a knot if you want, which I'll probably have to do. So, let's do like so. Or like, watch this. Let me make sure this stays down, y'all. Watch that. Oh, yeah. Ta-da. No, it doesn't want to. We'll do it. And by the time it stays in that envelope, we'll do that too. And I want to thank you all for putting up with me being so mad at the post office and for being here. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care of your sweet selves.